people are really reluctant because they're just simply not comfortable on camera. Yes, I get crazy comments every once in a while. You know what I do when they show up on my YouTube channel? Delete, that's it. Self-acceptance cures self-consciousness. I know at least 2 videos where I have lipstick on my teeth, right? In fact, let me make sure that that's not the case for this video. Hey, Courtney Sanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things. Currently bringing you this video during nap time, so shout out to my kids for going down on time. But I do all of this because I'm so passionate about helping you turn your success story into a 6- or 7-figure brand. And unless you've been living under a rock, you understand that in order to grow your brand, you need to do it on video. But I'm always amazed at how many people are reluctant to create video content. I love helping my clients come up with live stream topics. I'm always encouraging people to create video, and people are really reluctant because they're just simply not comfortable on camera. So I thought it would be fun in this video to share some strategies on how you can get more comfortable on camera so that you can create more content and ultimately attract more clients to your brand. So if that sounds something that's interesting to you, stay tuned because we're gonna get into it right now. All right, the first thing that I think holds people back from being comfortable on camera is that they think it's all about their appearance. So most people are very self-conscious about their appearance. They, wonder if somebody is gonna think something about them or is gonna judge, the way they look or whatever. Maybe you have a pimple or something, or you don't like your hair or whatever. A lot of people just don't like the way they look on camera. But I'm here to tell you that you would be surprised when it comes to creating video content, it's not as much about your appearance as it is your energy. And I say this as someone who has been online and on video for a very, very long time. If you don't believe me, go look at the oldest video that I have on this here YouTube channel. So when I first started my brand, it was called Think and Grow Chick because it was based on the famous book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill that I had read. I was like 19 years old. My camera was terrible. It was this little grainy camera. I didn't know how to position it in front of the camera, so I had all this light behind me, and it just was not good quality. But I still showed up, and I was able to even attract a small following because of the energy that I showed up with online. And so now, yes, I have very high production value. I have my videographer who's here at my home who is recording all of this. But even recently, right, even in 2020, when I was doing videos myself, I was doing them in my office with my camera. I did not have a professional makeup artist to do my makeup, and I was just pulling random clothes, random shirts, from my closet. I didn't have a designer wardrobe or any of these things to make me look all polished on camera, but I still showed up, and I still showed up with enthusiasm. So there are a lot of videos that I look back at and I kind of cringe because I'm like, ooh, I did my makeup myself, and you could see my under, eyes were either too dark or maybe they were too light because I used the wrong shade of foundation, the wrong shade of concealer. Maybe my face was really shiny or something, or I had a hair out of place, or maybe there was some lint in my hair that I didn't notice until after. Maybe I know at least 2 videos where I have lipstick on my teeth, right? In fact, let me make sure that that's not the case for this video, but I promise you, if you dig through this channel, I know there are at least 2, possibly 3, where I'm talking the whole video and I have lipstick on my teeth. But I know something that a lot of online coaches don't realize, which again, it's not about your appearance, it's about your energy. So as long as you're showing up with really great energy, really high energy, and you genuinely care about getting the information across, your appearance is not nearly as important as you think it is. So come on, just show up on camera. All right, so going along with that, the second thing that you need to realize is that self-acceptance cures self-consciousness. So the part of the reason why I'm okay with just showing up on camera, even if I have lipstick on my teeth, even if my hair is out of place, is because I've already undergone through the process of radical self-acceptance, right? I accept myself, I accept my flaws and all. I accept the things that are imperfect about my appearance. I even accept the things that are imperfect even around my speaking patterns or the way I show up, or maybe I'm, missay a word or whatever. Even in my presentation, there are things that are not perfect, but I'm okay with that. I accept who I am. And because I have this radical self-acceptance, when I come on camera, I'm honestly not self-conscious. Like I'm literally not thinking about anything outside of the content that I'm teaching. And I think self-consciousness is what slows a lot of coaches down, because they're so worried about if I'm gonna, mispronounce a word, or again, if I have that zit on my face, or if my hair is out of place, or someone that all of this is like, you're focusing on the wrong thing, right? You're conscious on yourself and your appearance and what someone is gonna say to you. I don't mind, I don't even care. Like, yes, I get crazy comments every once in a while. You know what I do when they show up on my YouTube channel? Delete. That's it. I just simply delete them. I don't lose any sleep over. I literally don't even think about them again. I just delete them and I move on with my life. And so part of that is because I've already gone through the process of radically accepting myself as I am and being okay with my imperfections and not thinking that I need to be something that I'm not in order to show up online. And because I have that radical self-acceptance, it really has cured that self-consciousness that holds people back when they are showing up online and on camera. And the third thing that you have to keep in mind, and I've alluded to this in the other 2 points, is that it's not really about you, it's about the information that you're sharing. Again, why are you creating content online? You're creating content to connect with your audience, to demonstrate your expertise, to grow your brand, and ultimately to have a successful 6 or 7-figure coaching brand. That is why you are creating content. It is about the information. It's not about you per se. And so when I turn on these cameras and I am showing up, I am not thinking about anything other than the information that I have to share with you. I'm not thinking about any of that other stuff. So just take to heart that it is about the information that you have to share. And as long as you have something of value to share, it doesn't really matter all this other stuff, what somebody's gonna say about you, if your face is shiny. Like, no one cares. People are appreciative that they have great information to listen to. And that's another thing to keep in mind. I don't know about you, but when I'm listening to content on YouTube, half the time I'm not even watching the screen, right? I'm washing dishes, I'm dealing with my kids, I'm driving, I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm just listening for the information. And so I couldn't even tell you if the person, had something on their face or if they had lipstick on their teeth, because half the time I'm not even watching. And so it's going to be the same thing for your audience as well. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as your information is really good, people will be appreciative that you showed up online. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. Do you enjoy being in front of the camera or not so much? Go ahead and share in the comments below. All right, the fourth thing that you have to keep in mind is that practice doesn't make perfect, but it does make presence. And so what I mean by that is you will develop your own style and your own camera presence over time if you continue to practice at it. Oftentimes we don't do video very often, we don't create a lot of video content, and so we show up on camera and then we're like cringing, like, oh, I was so awkward and I was so stiff and I don't like the way I did that, and so we're reluctant to ever show up online again. Understand, doing it over and over again, that practice is going to help you develop your presence as you get more comfortable. So I was not always very easy and very comfortable on camera. There were times where I was awkward and I was stiff, but you know what? I got started in my online camera career literally when I was 19. And so because I've been creating content for well over a decade now, right? Almost 15 years now of showing up on camera, there is a naturalness to my presence that's kind of like, hey guys, what's up? It's Courtney here, welcome back to my channel. A lot of this stuff just rolls off the tongue, but it's because I do it so frequently. And speaking about frequency, that leads me to my fifth point, is that quantity actually creates quality. Oftentimes, if something is not high quality, we don't want to do it. Not realizing that sometimes you have to get through the bad quality through quantity, and that is what creates that high production value that you are looking for. And so because I create videos consistently, I've been creating videos consistently really since I've started this YouTube channel, but I rebooted this YouTube channel under my coaching brand in 2020 because I realized during the pandemic that a lot of people were going to be sitting at home. And so at that time I was creating one video every single week, and that was plenty of practice. Every week creating a new video, and now for the last several months I've been doing videos every day. That has accelerated the quality of my videos and the quality of my comfort on camera and my presence, because I'm so used to this, like literally it's muscle memory, right? I can type some notes that I want to talk about and literally sit here in front of you and just kind of go off the top of my head, and it's nothing because I built that muscle memory and I have practiced so frequently. So make sure that yes, you want it to be quality, but understand that the quality is really only going to come come through quantity. So make sure that you are not using excuses for not getting in front of the camera. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're going to love my content planning cheat sheet. This cheat sheet walks you through the process that I personally use to come up with different topics for my social media content. So if you want to know my secret process, go ahead and click the link below in order to download that cheat sheet now. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you loved it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want even more where this came from, make sure you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you want even more where that came from, make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's CourtneyLSanders on Instagram, where I'm posting nearly every day, sometimes twice a day, as well as on my stories where you can see the behind the scenes of my life. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.